Hi, everyone. Welcome to the How We Hustle podcast.
I'm Mike.
And I'm Tanya. And we invite you to join us in our unfiltered conversation about the real life hustle of being an entrepreneur. For more information about the podcast, check out howwehustlepodcast.com.
Make sure to check us out on Instagram at How We Hustle Podcast. You'll find information on new episodes as well as notable quotes from the episodes we do. So come check us out at How We Hustle Podcast on Instagram.
All right, so we were having this conversation, Tanya and I, and we were just like, let's just push record because I think it is a very interesting topic, which is the follow-up. Because general sales, philosophy or logic is that follow-up is really, really important. But to be honest, I kind of think that if you're selling something expensive, if you're selling low ticket, something for $99 or whatever, then yeah, follow-up can be effective. But if you're selling something transformational, like Tanya, you're a business coach, you're really helping people transform their lives, you're really only going after a certain type of person. You're going after someone who is ready to change their life, right? They're ready to invest in really changing their life and, getting their business to the next level or start it or whatever. And, follow-up, I really don't necessarily believe in follow-up. And this goes against so much conventional wisdom. So many people out there that promote the follow-up. And even, Grant Cardone, who I follow all the time, he's like, the follow-up is so critical. And I think that, part of this idea of the follow-up is just beating people down until they just agree to buy from you. And I just don't know if that is really the parameters upon which you want to start a relationship that is going to lead to a transformational outcome,
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Because, I don't think you should have to chase people down to transform.
If I'm on the phone with someone, this is something I've gotten a lot, where they say, you know what, I'm going to think about it for a bit. Why don't you follow up with me in a week or a month? And I'm like, no, I'm not following up with you. I've just told you now what I can do for you. And what is following up going to really do other than just make me look desperate? And I'm not desperate because I'm the one who's offering a great outcome, and you're the one that booked a call with me because you have this problem. So I think has to do as well, and this is something I love, is this idea of the frame, right? You got to stay with the frame. If someone says to you, follow up with me, and you're like, no problem, I'll follow up with you, then you're really flipping the frame where you're chasing them. Maybe chasing is the wrong word, but I don't know. Make your first conversation or make your, your marketing and the way you do it powerful, and then you should attract the kind of people that are ready to work with you. And then following up, I think just really cheapens your case, if you will. Maybe cheapens the wrong word, but I think it's not good.
Well, I think they booked a call with you, and I have people fill out an application, and I ask them questions like, why now? Why is it important that you do this now? Because if they wait, it's no sweat off my back. It's not me who's in whatever I'm struggling with. It's not me who's struggling. It's them. And they were the ones that sought me out in order to book a call with me. And I don't get on the phone with people who are not ready to do it now. And so when you talk to people who are ready to do it now, I spoke to a girl yesterday and she was just like, I even asked her, are you speaking to other people? And she said, no, I'm only speaking to you and I'm ready to do it now. And so if you only get on the phone with people who are ready now, some people don't agree with that. Some people think that you should get on more calls and have a lower close rate because you're missing out on opportunity. But I don't want to waste my time speaking to people that are not ready. And I'm not going to convince someone that this is a good idea to do or that my services can help them. They need to convince themselves. And I'm just offering them a solution to their problem. And I always look at it as I am in the business of helping people. I am not in the business of helping people stay stuck. I'm in the business of helping people get what they want. So I'm not going to get on a call with somebody and allow them to stay stuck. That's just not in my nature. So if I'm going to get on the call with you, you're going to be ready to move. And if you don't move, I'm not going to follow up with you because that's your own business. I don't have time for that. There are so many people, millions of people, more people than I can speak to in a day or a week or a year, more people that need my services than spots I have available to give.
Right. Yeah, and I think it all comes down to like the lead up, the funnel, right? So, you bring people into your funnel through whatever means. You get them to fill out an application. They get on a call with you. At this point, like they have said yes a number of times, whether it's they've clicked on an ad and signed up for, your lead magnet or your presentation or whatever it may be, and then they've booked a call with you. They filled out the application. They answered the phone. Yeah. Like there's a series of yeses, right? So by the time you're actually talking to them, they've said yes to you maybe 10 times. And then it's all about getting them. I mean, I think the call is really important, and we've talked about this, but it's all about getting them to really see the truth of their situation on that call. You're kind of helping them to see the situation for what it is. And then by the end of the call, it's like, look, here's the solution. And I always like to say it's the doctor frame, right? You are the doctor. It's like you have a broken arm and you go to the doctor. The doctor's not going to beg you to like fix your arm. They're going to say, look, you have a broken arm. I'll fix it for you. You want to go ahead and do this? Because you're the one with the problem. You're the one with the broken arm. So it's not like if you're not going to fix your arm, then there's someone else in the waiting room that wants the doctor to like cast them up or, whatever it is. So the doctor's not going to come back and follow up with you a week later and say, hey, like, how about we fix that arm now? Because it's not the doctor's problem, right? So that's sort of the frame that I like to remind myself of.
And I'd rather the doctor follows up with me after he's fixed my arm, not before he's fixed my arm. I don't want a doctor that I didn't use to follow up with me. I want a doctor who I did, he set my arm, he cast my arm. Now, a week later, then do a follow-up. Like follow up with your real current clients, your paying clients, the clients that you've helped, and find out if there's something more, if they're okay, if they got results, blah, 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 but not with people who have not purchased. And I had a coach once who had a completely opposite perspective of this. She thought that by not following up with them, that I was telling them that I don't care about them.
Yeah. I mean, and that's sort of like there are competing versions, and I totally agree with you. I think we're on the same page here. I think part of it is, and I speak from personal experience here, but it's a fear of getting to yes. Like this whole idea of a follow up, like saying, "Oh, sure, I'll follow up with you." It's like it's sort of an excuse to not go that extra step to get to yes. It's like instead of pushing
for both parties.
Yeah. Definitely for the other party as well. It's their like escape mechanism, but also for you.
I'm scared. I'm afraid to do this. I'm afraid to take the plunge or take the leap. And the thing is, that's what got them into the situation in the first place. They've been afraid. So if they stay afraid and say follow up with me, then you've actually not helped them at all.
Right. I was going to say that as well. It's like you're actually not serving them by allowing them to, succumb to their fears, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't get on the phone with you. They didn't say yes 10 times because they wanted to, not solve their problem, right? So it's just natural human nature, I think, in most cases for, when you're faced with a situation that gets you out of your comfort zone to want to seek comfort and say, just follow up with me. So give me more time. But
yeah, like even I'm just thinking right now as you're saying that, like if you are going skydiving and you pay for the skydive and you get up there and you're looking out the door and you're afraid to jump, like would you rather that they let you just sit back down and take you back down, or would you rather that they helped you jump even when you were afraid? Like if you just paid them money, I wouldn't want them to take me down when I said, oh my God, I'm scared, I can't do it. Don't take me back down to the ground. Like push me out the window. Like, I don't know. Don't take me back down to the ground, because then I've just paid for something or spent my time on something that I didn't even get what I came there for.
And like, I think for me, it's like, it's the frame. Imagine if, you broke your arm and the doctor calls you back a week later and is trying to like get you to come in, what does that make you think, right? Like, why is this doctor like following up with me? Like, this doctor must not be very good if they need to chase me down, you know? So if you get on a call and you tell someone how great you are, and then you basically are following up with them, aka like begging them basically to work with you, then you're really losing that frame and you're losing that authority, that expert frame. And even if they still need that help, I feel like they are going to start viewing you as less of an expert than they originally thought you were, because, you know, you're supposed to have lots of clients and now you're like following up with people. So I just think if you're a high impact, like high transformational provider, a coach or whatever, consultant, service provider, whatever it is you do, hold that frame and you should create in your conversation, create an urgency. By the urgency, and the way I see it, should come from really making it clear to the other person, like, you know, why they're on the phone with you in the first place. Like, why did you book a call with me? It's because you have the problem. Your arm is broken, not mine. So that, I think, is what's going to...
But urgency, though, is more so like you don't have enough space. The price is going up. Like, you only have this much time. There's only so much time before that space is filled, and that opportunity, that window of opportunity is going to be gone.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not going to follow up with you, because like I have someone else to talk to after you, and someone else is going to book with me tomorrow and tomorrow afternoon, and so it's
and
like...
you can even say that to them. You can say, you know, I have a couple more calls this week, or I have a call tonight, or I have a call tomorrow, or I have other calls this week, so by the time you make this decision, this spot could be gone.
And I like to also as well, you know, like I'm really only looking to work with people that are totally committed. And, you know, people that kind of want to take time, it's not the right time for you to want to, you know.
Well, I have two schools of thought on that, because I also am one of those people that if you try to push me real hard on the phone, like that's going to give me a weird feeling. And I like to not make decisions in the moment. I like to have some space and time myself to make a decision. But like, I don't need an entire week. Like, I could have just like the evening, like, you know, you can say 24 hours and then the spot is gone. But even I don't hold the spot, I would say. I don't hold the spot. So you can let me know tomorrow in 24 hours or in 12 hours or something like that. But the spot could be gone. Like, I can't hold it unless you put down a deposit.
Yeah. So you're creating urgency, but you're not breaking that frame. You're not, you know, saying, I'm going to follow up with you. And I've done that, and I just find that it just doesn't work. It's so tempting to like agree to do it, but
I don't like the ball to be in the other person's court. However, I have to say, it has worked on me for certain things that I wasn't ready for at the time. But I think I would have gone back to that person anyways. They didn't need to follow up with me. So I've had a lot of clients. I had a client that joined last month, and I had spoken to her 2 months ago. She actually hired somebody else. And then she sent me a voice note on Instagram, like in my DMs, of her like crying about this coach. And I just like got on the phone with her that night, helped her through what she was going through because she couldn't get in contact with her coach even then. And she just wasn't getting what she needed. She booked she changed over to me. And then within 7 days, she had already made $8,000. So like sometimes people make a decision that's not the right fit for them. Sometimes they choose the cheaper option and they don't get the results that they want. But if you're still in their mind, if you stay top of mind, like if you're in front of them, like social media, email, all that kind of stuff, ads, if you're still getting in front of them, you're going to stay top of mind and they might come back to you. You don't need to follow up with them necessarily.
Exactly. So you're still you're staying top of mind with them with your message, but you're not breaking that frame by like chasing them down. You've already had that conversation. Like, you know where to find me, but I'm not going to, you know, go after you because I don't need to, because I'm really in high demand. Like, the outcomes I provide are truly transformational for those who, you know, take the leap and put in the work. So, you know where to find me, and then you stay top of mind, and they, you know, when they're ready, then they're ready.
Mm-hmm.
If that time comes, and for the people that are meant to work with you, that time will come.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and just tell them I don't do follow-ups. So if you want to work with me in the future, you're going to have to come to me.
and I actually think that is really a good point. Like, that's a powerful thing to say. And I believe in just really kind of coming up and saying it, because I get that comment a lot, is why don't you follow up with me in so-and-so? And I say, no, I actually don't do follow-ups. And I think that is a really powerful statement, because people are surprised when you say that. They're like, what do you mean you don't do follow? Why wouldn't you? And it's like, it sends a strong message.
And they have to do the work. If you work with me, like, this is not like a massage. Like, okay, so maybe if you're a massage therapist, I mean, even still, I wouldn't even do it for a massage therapist. I'm trying to think. Like, if you're an orthodontist, for example, maybe you follow up, or a dentist, because you follow up because, like, it's time for them to come back. And not many people write that stuff down. Like, they don't know when they're supposed to make an appointment. That's like a follow-up that you probably want. But a follow-up where you're doing the work, not just coming in, but like you are doing every single step. Like, you need to show up for the calls. You need to do the work. You need to be self-motivated. Someone said to me last night, well, I need you to give me motivation. I don't give motivation. I can't give you the motivation to do things in your business. I can give you the steps. I can help you with what you should do next, what is working, what's not working, how to set up the tech to get the results that you want, to figure out what to say. But I can't actually do it for you or give you some sort of magical, like, energetic motivation to get the results you want. If you don't wake up and do work, if you don't come home from work and do work, if you don't do it on the weekends, if you have no other space or time, if you don't stay up an hour later when your kids go to bed so you can get something done for your business, then I can't do it for you. So that's why I don't follow up with people, is because they have to have the self-motivation, the self-discipline in order to get the results from my coaching.
Yeah, and like, I really, as I said, I think follow-up is one thing when you're selling low ticket, because people just buy.
But why would you do it even for low ticket?
Well, I mean, you can put someone into an email sequence and just be like,
That's an automated follow-up. I definitely have those. I have automated follow-ups where it's not really following up like, hey, I saw you did this. It's more so, hey, this is what's available and this is how much time you have.
But I mean, I agree with you. Like, it doesn't work. Follow-ups almost like don't work either, because the farther that someone gets from that initial call, like, following up with them is not going to work.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so once I read the book, and for some of you guys might have read this book. It's called The Prosperous Coach. We'll link to it in the show notes. But so The Prosperous Coach, he talks about this example about going to a concert. Mike, I'm sure you've heard me talk about this, but he talks about this example of going to a concert. So you go to this concert. It was the best, most amazing concert. And then that day, that's all you can talk about. Maybe even the next day, that's all you can talk about was how amazing this concert was. It's like top of mind. Then, like, the next week, someone says, hey, didn't you go to that concert? How was it? Then you're like, oh, yeah, I did. And then you start talking about it, but you kind of like the excitement factor has worn off. Then a month later, someone might say, like someone might ask you and like, did I go to that concert this year or was that last year? You're like, oh, yeah, I did. I did go to it. It was amazing. But a year later, you won't even know if you went to that concert. So the excitement factor of like what transpired in that moment, the experience that you have, it gets further and further and further away from your memory, and new memories are always being added. So like now you have excitement about different things, and that feeling that you created in that experience is not on the top of your mind. And so that experience, you have to like really think hard to even remember what it was like. And that's what's going to happen the further away from the transformational call that you have, the further it is going to be from their memory and from that feeling.
Yeah, like you're not going to buy a concert t-shirt a month later. You're either going to buy it at the concert or you're not going to buy it at all.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great one.
Yeah. So I guess the point is to like make that concert as great as possible. So don't focus on the fall.
Make them take an action, the action you want them to take. They have to take that action, I would say, within 24 to 48 hours or not at all.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I think follow-up like works in a sense if you just like
It's automated.
well, even like if you just, you know, you have a list of people and you just, you know, maybe you have someone calling, or you just call them all day long and hit them up, like you will make sales, I guess, just by virtue of a numbers game. But first of all, like, what's that time costing you? Mm-hmm. And what about, like, you're probably going to get a much higher, like, level of either refunds if, like, you offer refunds, or even if not refunds, just, like, disengaged and, like, people that don't want to be there. You know what I mean? Like, you can...
I think it's mostly like a time suck. Like, who wants to spend time doing that? If you could spend time following up with people that don't want what you're offering, or you could follow up with people who are excited and are desperate right now for the thing that you want. Focus on the desperate people. Focus on the people that are ready now. Don't focus on people you need to convince.
I guess that was my
say
point.
yes.
Like, you want to work with people who are, like, excited to work with you, not that you need to, like, convince to work with you. Because if you're convincing them, then they're probably not going to get the outcomes that you want them to get anyway, because they're not ready to go. I guess the point is, you know, it's okay to flip the script on follow-ups. I don't really believe in it. You don't really believe in it. There's lots of people out there that do, but, you know, I think especially in the day and age we live in now, I think that it's okay to, you know, spend your time focusing on new people that are excited to work with you and leave the follow-up behind.
And that's a wrap on another episode of How We Hustle. For more information, check out howwehustlepodcast.com.